It has been a wild morning. We've got what's hot. We've got what's hot.
Damn, and somebody's private parts are a little hot today. Not mine. We're also talking about why January is the most common month to get caught cheating and to get divorced.
And your live advice on today's episode of
The Game Over Show.
It has been a wild morning.
That,
no, but
dude.
I need to say it again because it's been that wild.
It was crazy online, and then it got a little heated in the studio.
Yeah, well, I'm still not done with you yet.
Oh, I'm not done with you.
Oh, I know. You know what? I am done with you.
I need a cigarette.
I need to know what's hot. Really. And we've been notified that our audio is slightly out of sync, but all of a sudden it like magically syncs up like 2 seconds in. If you're having an audio problem, refresh the page, please, and it'll...
We're here for you.
It'll
I
hit
swear
for you.
in here it's synced up.
Right. Maybe.
He's crazy.
You know what's hot?
What the F is hot?
It ended up hot, so...
Ooh, it was
Lisa-
muy caliente in the Game Over studios today.
Yeah, it really was. And so let's set the stage a little bit,
All right.
So this last night...
Troublemaker.
Yeah, well...
Instigator.
So...
Just saying.
Last
me.
night we were talking, right? And the news broke about Taylor Swift breaking up again with a guy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Again. This time it's Harry Styles from One Direction, right? And we started talking, and Lisa's like, that's got to be our what's hot for tomorrow, because, this is, like, ridiculous. She's been with a couple of guys and da-da-da.
Breakup queen.
So we ended up doing some research, right? And I wrote a very long rant, which you can find on facebook.com/theproblemiSmen. We'll repost it to our fan page.
Yeah, and check it out because it is hot, it is scandalous, and it got people's juices flowing.
Well, it did. It was originally my blog post,
Yeah.
and you'll find it at theproblemismen.com. It's the top post under articles and rants. But it really,
Definitely check it out.
but it highlights the 16 men that she's dated over the last 5 years.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that she's dated 16 men.
And she's young, she's attractive, she's successful, she travels
Which is
the
great,
world.
except she's using them as creative fodder for her business.
How so?
Really, Lisa? Are we gonna
discuss.
Let's. So what we really started talking about is what I was
Get ready. We're about to duke it out.
Because
I got my ring on, people. I'm ready.
No, I was commenting on her impact. Her impact on her young fan base. 13 to 17-year-old girls.
Yep.
So Taylor, I get it, right? Like you are.
Hi, Taylor.
You are, yeah, right. Come sit on the couch anytime
Seriously,
you're ready.
we'd love to have you. By the way, we have touted you in the past as a bachelorette in training. I think you got mad dating skills. That's my perspective. Continue.
So, when it comes to like her impact on 13-year-olds, 17-year-olds, she's showing them how temporary love is. And what you really need to do is hit up a guy, get a bunch of experience, and then, it just didn't work out. Oh, no, it didn't work out. I'm a victim. I'm going to write about it. And I'm going to put my ex on fucking blast in front of everyone.
Who said she was a victim?
She did.
Second of all,
she's writing sob
love
story ballads.
doesn't work out.
No.
Hi, she's fucking 20 or however old she is.
23.
Love's not supposed to work out at that age. You're
16
supposed to
times
date.
in a row, right?
You're supposed to date. She's got access to a lot of hot men. Honey, I say date.
She's supposed
And
to... Wait, Lisa, she's supposed to
say-
date, but is she supposed to climb the tree of penis all the way to the Kennedys?
We don't know that she's climbing the tree
Oh,
of penis.
come on, you cannot be that naive.
We don't know that she's climbing the tree of penis. We don't know that she's sucked and sat on all of those. We just don't know.
We don't know
That's
why,
pure
because
conjecture,
there
sir.
wasn't a little person in the camera with a camera in the corner of the friggin' room. Come on.
So
She didn't
Hold
sleep
on.
with Tim Tebow, right? She dated him too, by the way. He still got his virgin card, right? So we're good there.
I'm not
So
buying that.
15
Why
out of
does anybody
16?
tout their V card? Because you know you're going to lose it, like Britney Spears did back in the day. So what
She's
makes
still
Taylor
a virgin, isn't she?
So hot mess. She's had children. Sorry. Okay. using them for her songs. Hi, she's writing about her life. It's art imitating life. I did that when I wrote the Breakup Chronicles.
I have no problem with...
I wrote about
Lisa,
all my breakups. And it was cathartic for me. Did guys like it? Sometimes they cared. Sometimes
well,
they
it was
didn't.
cathartic for you, but it was a
Yeah.
complete wake of emotional destruction behind you then.
Not necessarily.
Well, that's not what she's describing, right? I mean, she is using these guys.
How do you know she's using these guys? Maybe she's just having a good time.
She's having a great time and then selling her sob stories for cash.
Hey man, if that's your business, why not turn life into art? What's the difference between that and me writing the Breakup Chronicles and turning that into a book about breakups?
As we talked about pre-show, none.
There is none, and I don't think there was anything wrong with it either.
I don't have a problem with art imitating life. I have a problem with people imitating sincerity. Okay?
How do you know that those songs are not sincere? They're angsty. I feel it.
The truth of it is, oh Christ, really? Oh my God. I think you're just trying to have a go at me here, right?
No, seriously. I mean, I'm having fun, but the truth is, I don't think what she's doing is any different from what I did, which is turning the pain of your real life into art because you don't know what else to do.
I get that.
And I celebrate that. As far as being a role model for 13-year-old girls.
That's where I have a problem.
Well, you know what? Britney Spears before her, Miley Cyrus before her. There's
with
all
them
these
too.
girls who are effed up, and you know what? Deal with it. It's pop culture. Like, if you are a celebrity at any given age, you are going to be a role model. And if you, I mean, Bieber was smoking pot the other day.
Well, look, can
Nobody's
we talk about...
perfect. He's
Well,
working
nobody's
on it every
perfect. That's
day,
what you're...
yo. I saw his tweet.
But you can't do... you can't really put her in the same like realm, right? I mean,
why not?
Because so when you were writing your books, it was part cathartic, right? And
Absolutely.
you were self-medicating, working through your shit.
Yeah.
So let's get all the way on her side and say she's working through her shit.
Yeah,
okay?
I think that's what songwriting is.
But
Kelly Clarkson
But she's
does it.
doing it in front of the entire world.
Well,
and
where's
she's
she supposed to do it? In private? How's she supposed to make a living, like writing songs that
you're
nobody's going to hear?
I see. So her living is to get with somebody, have enough drama
Do you
and bullshit,
think she's
and then
the
sell
first
it
person
so
to
that
do
she can make
this?
cash. I don't care.
Pink,
I'm talking about her.
Her whole album, Funhouse, was about her separation from her
Eminem
husband.
wrote about his experiences with
So
drugs and then recovery
why are they
and then
any
drugs
different
again.
than Taylor Swift? Why is Taylor Swift
Because-
suddenly on this? You've got her on
No,
this
I don't.
pedestal.
No,
You
no,
are
she
witch
has
hunting.
herself on
You're
a pedestal.
witch hunting,
Wait,
man.
no, I'm not. Wait a
You
minute.
are
She
totally
has.
witch
Let me
hunting.
finish and you'll know. She sits on her own pedestal. She comes
Says
across.
who?
Says me. All you have to do is watch her on television. She sits demure,
That's her
quiet,
brand.
innocent. That's her bullshit. Come on, man.
That's her brand. What she does in her personal life is totally up to her.
Not when she puts it in front of the entire world.
She's not talking about blowjobs in her songs. She's talking about getting her heart broken.
She's talking about breaking other people's hearts.
Well,
there's a
and
difference.
getting dissed by people like John Mayer. It goes both ways, dude.
Well, it does go both ways.
Two-way street.
Sometimes it goes both ways. But how can you have this? Look, as we've said on this show many times, okay? If you have endless, repeat bad relationships, you got to look at yourself.
She's 23.
That's the excuse.
She's
She's
allowed to have
23.
16 serial dating experiences. She's 23. This is why we call it What's Hot, people. She's 23, and that is my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Oh, my God.
Now, the opposite of that would be Kim Kardashian, who uses everything to be on TV because she has no talent.
Well, she doesn't only, it's her mother. So that's okay.
Yeah.
But that's
So
not
that's
okay
what
with
I
you.
would. No, that's not okay.
So you're saying that Kim Kardashian using her vagina
Because
to get
she has no
ahead in the
talent.
world, well, her vagina seems to be her talent.
Well, you said she looked like a dead lay. You saw the sex tape.
I did see the sex tape. I did say she looked like a dead lay.
Yeah.
So, but that's okay. To be a dead lay and get paid for it is
No,
okay.
I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm saying that's all she has to go on.
Or is not okay. Is not okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
So Kim
Her behavior
Kardashian.
not okay because, like,
But
honey,
Taylor
go
Swift
get a
selling.
real job.
But Taylor Swift selling her relationships for cash is okay.
Yes.
Okay, so
It's
not
art.
so because she didn't include the sex part.
No, because it's art and she has talent.
So now it's subjective, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Ladies,
this is
are
bullshit.
you with me?
You know, I really want to hear what the rest of these people have to say.
Well,
for
all
sure.
of them are already telling us because they're all over your business on Facebook, and I gotta say, I think a lot of them are in my corner. What's up, people?
Well, I would say that maybe some of them are, but the reality is that most of them are saying, "Thank God that it's been said this way, Charles."
Oh,
Sorry.
you're a hero.
I don't need to be the hero.
Yay, Charles! My
Oh,
first clap
Christ,
of
you
episode
know.
2 of season 2 is for you. Moving on.
We want to know what you think. Head over to facebook.com/thegameovershow. Right after this show wraps, we're going to have the article posted up on there, and I want to get your opinion, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So clearly, we're not in agreement here, and
that's okay.
And that's fine.
We
want to
agree
know.
To disagree.
So
we'll still be here tomorrow.
You on Team Charles or you on Team Lisa?
Oh snap! Is that what we're doing?
I want to know.
Oh damn! Line has been crossed. Okay, moving on.
Moving on. You know, we're about to get into some really interesting data. This is January.
January 2013, most popular month for some really interesting relationship activities.
Right. Let's get into he said, she said.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So I, as someone who used to run a breakup website, know firsthand that January is the most common month for breakups and divorces.
Right. People wait through the holidays,
yes.
right?
Yeah. They wait through the holidays. Now, it's also being touted as the most common month for extramarital affairs to be exposed.
Ooh.
So can we get it in dish on this?
Well, yeah, that's really interesting, too. So talk about that. I mean...
Two very different things. I mean, sometimes they're related, sometimes not.
Right. So people are waiting through the holidays, and they're waiting it out for themselves, for the kids, for the great presents, whatever.
They've already made travel plans.
Right. And so then at the end of the holidays, they wrap it up.
The most common month to file your divorce paperwork? The day the kids go back to school.
Ooh, in January?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I know, right? Like, so you have been just chomping at the bit, and the minute those kids get on the school bus, you're like...
Bye, honey, have a good day, Your Honor. Nice.
Yeah, so in my book, It's a Breakup, Not a Breakdown, I actually created breakup blackout dates because you really shouldn't break up between Halloween and Valentine's Day. But let's be real, you gotta give it, you gotta say sayonara when it's time.
So you just have to suck it up through
and that's
November
joking.
1st
That's
through.
Joking.
Okay.
But the truth is, if you know it's not working, why the F are you staying through the holidays?
Well, I would agree. I mean,
Does it make it better for the kids?
Well, it depends on if you have kids, right? So
that's
I would say that depending on how old the kids are, like I get it. I mean, I'm a father and I'm in this situation, right? But I would argue
would
that
you stick it out through the holidays and then be like, see ya?
I probably would, depending on how old my kids were, right? But I understand how that works. Like you don't want to. Your kids are between the ages of like 6 and 11. They end up in this really weird place.
Big deal.
Well, and it'll end up being, this is when my family fell apart.
Yeah, every year that'll be the anniversary. Not so good. Okay,
so instead you can do it the day you went back to school. It's perfect.
January, New Year, my parents screwed up my life. So one of the things, when you're thinking about divorces in January is maybe you just had the worst holiday season ever with your spouse, with your in-laws, with your family. So one of the things to give you a little perspective would be to check in with yourself and just make sure, was it that it was such a bad holiday season, or are you done with the relationship? Two very separate things.
Right, and that's really important. I mean, the holidays add a lot of stress for all relationships, no matter what. And I would recommend some breathing room, right?
Yeah, take some time, breathe.
Yeah.
Let the kids be in school for a week or two at least. And the other thing is, if you're done, if you've tried everything and it's still not working, of course. I joke about breakup blackout dates, but really, when you know it's over and you've done everything and nothing's working and it's just, the signs are all there, end it. What are you waiting for? It's not going to get better tomorrow, next week. Like, the Band-Aid is not going to be any easier to rip off.
Sure, and we've talked about that a bunch on a variety of advices and subject matters here. I mean, a broken relationship can either be worked through, but once you reach the point of no point, like, that's it.
Ooh,
so
the point of no points.
I have to credit my grandfather for that, so,
Solid. The Orlando genes at work.
Dick Kramer, wherever you're at, up there, down there, wherever.
He's partying down there, I know it. So let's talk about affairs being outed.
Yeah, well, this was really interesting when you shared this.
Yeah, because I wanted to know why. I was like, well, why more January than any other time? Well, we just did this the other night. We looked at our credit card bills to see how much we actually spent on the holidays.
Dun, dun, dun.
Imagine charges for jewelry and perfume, which are the most common gifts given to a mistress. Gee, you didn't get any jewelry or perfume. What are these charges?
Right. The significant other.
Yeah. So 90% of men who were caught cheating attribute getting caught in January to those credit card statements.
I bet. Like, we're in a cashless society-ish, right?
Yeah.
It's all trackable. So
for those guys who were smart enough to use cash, their receipts were still found in pockets, in the laundry, in briefcases.
Now, you want some theory on that?
Yes.
So it depends on if this is long-term cheating or short-term cheating. Okay. So you break this down. There's like 3 different types of affairs.
Yeah.
There's flings, affairs, and then there's online infidelity.
So not necessarily even in person.
Well, yeah, and which is the worst, right? That's the emotional cheating.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So, but
the online affair.
Flings are like, I went to Vegas and I
Oops,
got
I
trashed.
slipped on somebody's cock.
Right.
Or vagina.
Right. Ew. So. Well,
don't you want it slippery when wet? Like, come on, dude.
No, but with long-term affairs, a lot of times these guys are already out of their, and I'm speaking for women too, right? A lot of these people are already out of their relationship. They either don't know how to end it, or there's enough needs being met to keep them in it in some way.
Okay.
But the guilt is either killing them, or they want to be caught to get out of it, and so they end up doing something that lets them get caught.
It's intentional.
It's either intentional or
subconscious.
It's subconscious because they end up so comfortable because now they're in a full-blown relationship.
And they're getting away with it.
So you
that was the other thing I read,
that
men got really comfortable getting away with it, so they thought there was... And actually, we were talking about this yesterday on the show. David Letterman on his, Oprah special on, he was talking about his affair, and he said he got really comfortable getting away with it.
Right.
And he kept thinking, maybe this will work out, maybe this will work out. And I've heard other people say that. Like, maybe this will actually really work out for all of us. Game over.
It doesn't work out. It works out for you, maybe, right?
Until you get caught.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the reality, right? So any guy out there who's sitting in the middle of an affair and you haven't yet got caught because it's still early in January, I'll give you this advice from a guy, right? So if you have a problem with your wife, don't go get a new girlfriend because then you'll have 2 problems. Okay? Period.
Somebody said that to me the other day. I was talking to this guy who's a notorious player, and he said, why would a guy have a secret family on the side? I don't even want one family. Like, and I was like, that's brilliant.
How do you want my family?
No, but he was single. So he was like,
right.
Why would I want to get married once, let alone twice? But so, couple messages here. If you're cheating, like Charles says, work on your first relationship first.
And close one chapter before you start a new one. That's Lisa's line.
Yes. And the other thing is, and I don't recommend this, but this is some advice for those of you who are unwilling to change your behavior. Get better at fucking hiding that shit. But the other truth is, don't effing cheat.
Right.
Hi, what a novel concept. Deal with your shit.
Right.
Game over.
Get out of one and move on when things are closed off, right? And I do appreciate
closed for business, yeah.
I do appreciate how she said the F word in its entirety and then said effing something.
Well, I try to limit the number of actual fucks I use on the show. Now I'm over my quota.
And our co-host is Cartman today.
It's Lisa Stedman. Send all hate mail to Fiona at Lisa Stedman. Producer Fiona.
Perfect. Oh my God. You know what? We're going to get out of this with a sponsor.
Woo!
Oh my God. So, you want to talk about Dorothy Inez?
Dorothy Inez is the Minister of Beauty, and she helps you, be beautiful, and be bankable. She is our sponsor for the entire week this week. She was in studio with us yesterday, which was so much fun. We love when we have in-studio guests.
Yeah.
So please check her out. We flashed her. Woo! What was... You were closing
I was showing my boobies.
You were doing the clothes, not the open.
I was doing the New Orleans. Never mind. Go ahead.
There's some beads over there. Do you want some beads?
We'll let everybody else chime in. If I should do, what happened? Are we off again? Frozen?
We are frozen in time, but we're going to keep going.
Can you hear us? All right, so this has turned into a radio show.
So let's get back to Dorothy Inez for just one more minute. Check out DorothyInez.com. Again, she's the Minister of Beauty. She was in studio yesterday. She rocked my look. I'm trying to replicate it today. Doing the best I can, people. I'm in training.
You look great. Producer Fiona, are we good? We're still frozen? We're off the air? Oh.
Okay.
The camera's off the air. So
is our audio still going? Okay.
So we've got some technical difficulties. Whoops.
And now
we're breaking shit.
Studio.
So we're gonna check stuff. Lisa.
Yeah.
Take over.
All right. So, in the second half of the show, we like to do live love advice. So I'm going to get us started on the live love advice. And can you tell this is a live show? We're just dealing with our shit as it comes up. So normally it's, am I back? Okay. No?
Are we totally
Not
done?
visually.
Oh, okay. Go
Okay.
ahead.
All right, cool. So can I go, Fiona? Thank you, Producer Fiona. Producer Fiona is rocking it. I so appreciate that you're here and you're rocking our worlds. And Charles is working on the camera, and who knows what we're seeing. So the first live love advice comes in from C. So hi, C. C says, I was seeing this guy about 5 years ago. It started as dating when we met at work. Oh, they met at work. And after about 18 months, we got together. Okay, so they met at work. They were just friends. They got together 18 months later. It all went really well, but then the pressure and abuse we received from his family and mine drove a wedge between us, so I ended things. Been apart for a few years, started talking 6 months ago, met for coffee. I'm going to cut to the chase with this.
Actually, Lisa, here's what we're going to do, guys.
Yeah.
So, we've got some technical difficulties, and that's part of the challenges with a live show.
Yeah.
So, if you're still listening, we love you, and we're going to come back to live advice tomorrow
Okay.
on Game Over.
Okay.
So we appreciate you watching. It's
Yep.
been an incredible show thus far. Until tomorrow with a better fucking camera, I'm Charles G. Orlando.
I'm Lisa Stedman.
This has been Game Over.
Bye, everyone.